So trig homework 15 now is continuing on, where we're going to have some application problems where we have to set up our exponential functions and then calculate the value. So we're finding the final amount in a word problem on exponential growth or decay. It says a car is purchased for $28,500. That's our starting amount. After each year, the resale value decreases by 35%. Well, the percent that you want here is the percent it's going to maintain each year. If it decreases by 35%, if you take 100% minus 35%, it's going to retain 65% of its value. So we're going to have 65%, and then to the t power, so to the fourth power. I usually write it in the inside or outside, but if you put it on the inside like they did, either way it should give you the same value. So that's what we're going to punch in. 28,500, whoops, I got an extra 5 in there. 28,500, parentheses, 0.65 to the fourth power. We're rounding to the nearest dollar. I got 5087.4. So $5,087 would be the value. It started out at 28,500, decreased by 35% each year, so after 4 years, it's now only worth $5,087. Second one then, it says amount of $27,000 is borrowed for 10 years at 3.5% interest compounded annually. The loan is paid in full at the end of that period. How much must be paid back? So we're starting out with $27,000. The amount we're going to retain is 100% plus the 3.5%. So on that first one where they gave us the formula, you noticed it was 1.035. The full amount you're still going to have, it's not going to disappear, plus the interest, the 3.5%. We are going to put that in there for 10 years. So 27,000, 1.035 to the 10th power. I got 38,086.1. We're rounding to the nearest dollar. So $38,086 is what we're going to have after 10 years. We only had 3.5% interest, so we didn't make a whole lot of interest, but a little bit. So the third one here is one of those half-life ones. We did those half-life. It says the half-life of a radioactive isotope is the time it takes for the quantity of the isotope to be reduced to half its initial mass. We started with 160 grams. We're going to do the half-life, so 1/2. And we want to know how much will be left after 3 half-lives, so to the third power. On those other ones we did, they said, oh, a half-life takes 10 hours and we had to do a fraction. This is just telling you how many half-lives it would be. Well, I could start with my 160, cut it in half, that would be 1 half-life. Cut it in half, that would be 2 half-lives. Cut it in half, that would be 3 half-lives. But obviously if I had a really big number, I wouldn't want to have to go in half and half and half and half, although I could. Here's my formula. 160, the half-life, and again you could do 1 divided by 2 or 1 fraction 2 to the third power, and we get 20 is what's left after 3 half-lives. After 1, after 2, after 3. Same answer.